Hey, what's up guys? Soldier knows best there. So the Samsung Galaxy Fold is a very controversial phone at the moment. Some people like it, some people hate it. But for right now, you're not going to be able to use it for a little while because Samsung has officially delayed the launch of the Galaxy Fold. Now I do have the official press release right here, so I'm gonna read through it and then give you my personal opinion about some of the things that are happening. So let's go ahead and get this thing started. All right, so starting from the top. So they say that they have recently unveiled a completely new mobile category, a smartphone using multiple new technologies and materials to create a display that is flexible enough to hold. We are encouraged by the excitement around the Galaxy Fold. Now, excitement is definitely a true word to describe this phone because obviously there's a lot of people who do want to test out this new technology and are willing to pay $2,000 for it because they ran through all the devices that they had for pre-orders, at least through Samsung, and I think you can still buy them through T-Mobile. Well, I don't know now, but eventually you can buy them through T-Mobile and AT&T. But yeah, there's a lot of people who put their money down to go ahead and buy this Galaxy Fold, and then of course there are people who are kind of skeptic about it, whether or not it's going to actually be able to survive 4, 5, 6 months of use. But definitely there is some excitement about this device, good and bad. So let's continue on here. And they say, while many reviewers shared with us the vast potential they see, some also showed us the device needs further improvements that could ensure the best possible user experience. And so yeah, they've given this device to other reviewers like myself. There's not an exact count on how many are out there in the wild right now, but it's a decent amount. And the one good thing that you can see from this is that it's good that reviewers are going through some of these issues. Now, personally, I haven't had any issues with my device, but some people have, whether it's part of their fault or whether it's just the display itself or the phone failing on its own. But it's a good thing that the consumers aren't going through this, because if they would have launched this phone and then we started seeing all these issues, I think it would have been an even bigger issue. And I think that it's better that we are having the problems and not you or other people who are actually buying it. So that's the one good thing that I think you can take from this entire experience. All right. So moving on, they say to fully evaluate the feedback and run further internal tests, we have decided to delay the release of the Galaxy Fold. We plan to announce the release date in the coming weeks. So this doesn't mean that the release date is actually just pushed back a few weeks. This means that they're not going to tell us when they're going to release it for a few weeks. So this means that they can come back in 3 or 4 weeks and say that we're not going to release the Galaxy Fold until the fall, or maybe until later summer, or even worse, until 2020. Who knows? But we'll see what they say in the next few weeks, and I'll tell you why this could be a little bit longer than we're expecting as we continue to read on, and let's continue to do that. So the next paragraph is saying that initial findings from the inspection of reported issues on the display show that they could be associated with impact on the top and bottom exposed areas of the hinge. There was also an instance where substances found inside the device affected the display performance. So it looks like they're maybe talking about with The Verge, where they were using some type of clay to hold the phone up to film some video on it, and that could have caused some pieces of that to get somehow inside of the device, maybe through the top or bottom hinges, and then now that was able to get under the display and break their display. Then also too, it looks like maybe some people have been dropping this phone or banging it against a desk or something, and the top and bottom part seems to be some weak points there, so they need to try to fix those. All right, so next we're going to go to they say that we will take measures to strengthen the display protection. We will also enhance the guidance on care and use of the display, including the protective layer, so that our customers get the most out of their Galaxy Fold. So yeah, so that means they're probably going to be looking to fortify the top and bottom parts of this display. And also too, some reviewers have just been taking off that protective layer, which looks just like a regular screen protector, but it's something way more important, because if you take that off, your display will break. And the issue was that when they gave us these review units, they didn't warn us about not taking that off until it was already too late. So people were taking it off. So now I think probably one of the biggest things of this delay is that they need to make sure that all the customers who are buying this phone know that they do not need to take off that protective layer, and they should not take it off by any means. And so T-Mobile did confirm that the retail units will have some type of warning on the phone to let you know that you should not take off that protective layer at all. But I don't think that's enough. One, I think the letters need to be in like bright red or just even bigger. But two, I honestly think that because the Galaxy Fold isn't going to be sold in the millions, at least right off the gate, it's going to be just a few thousand 100,000 people who are actually buying this phone, I think Samsung needs to either try to get in contact with them by email or even better by phone to let them know to not take off that protective layer. And when you really think about it, I think they just need to make it impossible for the consumer to take off. And I think they can do that by trying to find some way to make sure you can bring that bezel on top of it so it overlaps on top of that protector. Because right now you can kind of see it, especially with the dust gathering along the side of it. But if they were able to put that bezel on top of it, that will eliminate the consumer even having the ability to take off that protector. All right, so the last little bit is we value the trust our customers place in us, and they are always our top priority. Samsung is committed to working closely with customers and partners to move the industry forward. We want to thank them for their patience and understanding. And so, man, I really want the Galaxy Fold to be a success, right? And I want the Huawei Mate X to work. I want all these new foldable phones that are going to be coming out to be something that makes consumers really believe in innovation, because this is what we need. And I really like this phone. It's a great phone. It's not perfect by no means, and things that are unrelated to some of the display issues that I don't like about this phone. And I'll cover all of those in my review. But generally, I do like what this phone brings to the table. And so, yeah, there are going to be a lot of people that are really going to start bashing this phone and bashing Samsung. But I do respect companies that are willing to delay their launches and products in order to make sure they can give the best experience for the customer. And I think of like somebody like Rockstar. Like every time they announce the new Grand Theft Auto game, it's delayed. Like I never believe that original date. They normally delay it sometimes by years. But so yeah, with this one, again, we don't know how long it's going to be delayed, because the fixes that they need to do sound like it needs to go back to the design. So this could be a very lengthy process, or Samsung is a manufacturing giant. They could knock it out, but we'll see. And I'll keep you updated with all the news as things start to come out. And so I really want to know what you think, so leave your comment down below. I know some of you probably already done that, but I want to see what you guys think about this whole situation. But until next time, I do want to thank you for watching this video, and I will catch you later. Peace.